So why not conform? It comes down to honesty. Most of us would agree that at some level, what we really need is an authentic connection. Somebody in our lives that really matters to us. We cannot do that if we're not deeply honest, fearless about our honesty. If we merely conform, which, by the way, we all learn as infants, as children, by mimicking the people that we're connected with. As an infant, we're 100% dependent on the connections, the people we have around us, right? Our parents, our mother, our father, possibly others. We need people to survive in early life. We're wired for this. And so for that reason, we conform. We're naturally wired to conform as infants. And that means mimicking. Mimicking means the sounds that they make, the posture, the body language, facial expressions. We mirror and mimic. Unconsciously, automatically, it's our instinct to look at faces, to recognize faces, and to mimic and mirror those faces as infants before we understand any language at all, before we understand the difference between who I am, where the ends, the boundaries of my physical being are, and the boundaries and physical being of another, before I even understand how to separate those things. My instincts are already wired to mimic and mirror my mother, my father, or the other caregivers that I might have in my life. And as we mature, we begin to recognize how we are separate. I'm not my mother, I'm not my father. I may have different ideas and opinions, different desires. We begin to differentiate. And for many people, there's so much harmony and community that reinforces this ongoing act of, mimicking and mirroring, conforming. They conform to society's standards. They end up, in many cases, many people are following leaders, perhaps athletes. They associate themselves with sports teams. They say, my team won, and when that team wins, they feel like they won. When that team loses, they took it as a personal loss. As we learn to differentiate ourselves, we recognized how our perspective, our unique experiences, our own sensations, and how that relates to our deeper needs and emotions, our values. All of this stems from honesty. Recognizing that we are not that celebrity, that political party, that sports team. I am separate and unique from all of that. When I really own that, that allows me then to really connect as I grow. True connection cannot happen with simple mirroring, with surface level mimicry. I may choose to agree, I may decide that I am in alignment with certain ideas, sports teams. I like certain celebrities and musicians. I discover these things through trial and error, only if I'm honest and I have the courage to explore outside of those movies in my head, the voices in my head. When I explore outside of what's been shown to me, I go off of the beaten trail with courage. I recognize my impulse honestly. I recognize my body signals honestly. My individual, independent thinking and feeling honestly. I lean into one step at a time outside of that beaten path to explore new territories. I can bring that back to whoever I choose. And because I'm really being seen for who I am, because I'm really being heard, because I'm being felt, I feel felt when I share something that's unique, my own perspective, my own take, my own idea, my emotions, my desires, my dreams. When I share and I feel felt, when I'm seen for who I am, that's when I experience connection. How about you? This will not happen with conforming, saying the same things, saying that I believe the same thing. If I just say that the value is my value, I may discover that I believe things, that I value things that are in alignment, that are in harmony with people in my community. I hope you do. There's a difference, a major difference, between just conforming and testing it out. The level of connection that I experience when I have tested it out and I know it's true for me. Then, when I have that level of maturity and self-development, at that point, I can be accountable to myself. Look at those root roots. It sounds like counting, right? It's about counting. It's about doing the math. It's about predictable consequences. So this then segues into budgeting and boundaries. We'll get there in just a moment.